you'd say it is. It's actually pretty late. I got a mess. It's not really bad, but it's some old poles and some old corral panels that are rusted up, and I'm going to try to dig out, because roughly right in there is where we're going to set the tiny house if and when the perk and the septic system gets put in. So I'm going to try to drag those corral panels out and see what's usable and what's not. I'm thinking I can turn a lot of them into gates, shorten them, get rid of the rust, weld them back together. Should make good small walk-through gates and stuff. But anyway, let me go over here and show you these panels, and we'll start digging them out. Okay. Right here is where we're going to be putting the tiny house. You can see a stake right there and so on, but you can also see some old poles and some gate panels, corral panels I think they are. So I want to get, mainly my goal is to get those panels out and see how many of them are good or bad, that are just beyond saving anything out of. Okay, whew. I'm out of shape. Those are heavy, and they've been setting a while. So they look like they're 16 foots, all but this one. It's probably 12. They all may be 16. But I think I can get some decently long gates out of them. It's going to be a lot wasted out of them. That one's a short one. I don't know if you can see it. All the rest of them are long though. I think they're 16. They may be shorter. 14 or 16, something like that. Anyway, one down here is the worst. I may not be able to save too much out of it. It was on the bottom. It's pretty bent up all the way down. So I may get a pipe or two or something like that out of them, but for the most part not. I'm gonna go check and see if I got the my tape measure in the truck. If I do, then I'm gonna probably go get the generator, and I got a Sawzall, and I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting some of these up. One, it's gonna make them easier to handle. Two, I can go ahead, I got a little pile started of scrap metal, and I'm gonna go ahead and start stacking it up. When we get enough, we'll throw them on the pile to go to the scrap yard to get rid of, clean it up. I'm gonna try to keep this farm a little more organized than I'm used to, than I have in the past. Wife's way more organized than I am, but I'm trying. So I still got some fence posts. Well, they're not all, I guess you'd say, fence posts. They're old power poles. I still got some of those that are going to end up being fence posts. I may use a couple of them for girders on the tiny house. Once I get those poles cleaned up, I'll be able to get in there and scrape it down. Probably bush hog it first, and then scrape down where we need to. But let me go see if I got a tape measure. I'm gonna do some measuring here, and let's see if we can get these cut today. It's kind of late in the day. I didn't really want to get started on too much too late, but we still got daylight, and I need to get something done. So had a tape measure, went and got my generator, and now I think I'm ready to cut. So the generator I'm using is a Coleman PowerMate. Another one of those old items that I picked up at a pretty good deal. Slapped a carburetor on it. Don't run tops, but they're does the job. I can weld with it, I can cut with it. That's all I need out here. So I did measure the gates, or corral panels, soon to be gates, hopefully. Most of them are 16 foot, all of them but the one. I'm gonna be cutting them into 8, 10 foot, whatever I can get. I mean, better to use it than not. So what I'm gonna basically try to do is keep the rounded edges, move them down, weld them in, and that way both sides is rounded. But I want to try to keep normal size, 8, 10 stuff. It may look a little off. I may try to keep a little bit more than not for now, and that way I can shorten them later and weld them up when I'm ready to weld. I don't think I'll be actually building any of the gates today. I'll just be cutting these and getting the junk out of them and the pieces collected. And I have a welder out here, but it's supposed to be bad weather later this week, so I may do it back at the shop. Okay, I used this sweet axle to set stuff on. I tried it with my foot, didn't work. So I ended up with this. I got them just in pieces. I cut them rough lengths. They're a little better so that I can actually clean them up and go with them. I got, out of the 5 panels total, I got a 12 footer, 3 8 footers right here. I got 2 stacked on top of one another. Those turned out really well. This one is going to be a full-on build. Like, every piece was cut separately because it was just bent up so bad and had good pipe and bad pipe in such odd places. These usually it was one end or the other was worse than the other, so I was able to just cut the end off and weld the rounded corners back and make them work that way. And then the last one right here. So all I'm able to say about it is maybe 4 feet. I'll get a 4 foot, just a little walk-through gate, fix that little section right there, and that's about all I'll get out of it. But hey, at least I'm getting something out of them. Most people, from my experience that I know, would have probably just thrown these away and went and bought new from Tractor Supply or Southern Farm Supply or something to that effect, which is fine. I'm not knocking that. But these were found on the property, and the metal's strong enough in the places that it needs to be. So once I get done welding and fixing them up, yes, we will have some new gates. We're going to have to. I'm going to need at least probably 2 16-foot gates, nice heavy 16-foot gates, because, and may need more than that, but minimum 2, because I have a hay bind that is an 11-foot wide. You put that behind the tractor, it's pretty wide. So I wanted at least, I'm thinking at least 16 foot. I've not actually put it on there and measured. So tomorrow I'm going to get these, probably take them back to the house, and I'm either going, depending on the weather, I'm either going to sit down and measure these all out real good and cut them up as far as true them up straight and start tack welding them together, or I'm going to bounce and I may start doing, I got to get that mill, the mill trailer up and going to get my sawmill out here. I'm not in a super hurry for it. I'll get it out here because we're not able to cut down any trees right now anyway. It's been such a wet winter that the side of the mountain is just too muddy that we're sawing this on, cutting this stuff down. So it's going to be a little bit before I need it, but I still would like to hurry, go ahead and get it cleaned up and done so that I can get it over here. And when springtime does open up and it dries up a little bit, we can get on a roll with that. And it's going to be a really busy year for us. I'm probably going to fall behind on certain things. We got so much planned that it's just a lot. There's going to be a lot going on, plus trying to do this YouTube thing. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's all we can do. But hopefully they'll call soon about getting the perk test done. Like I said in the beginning of the video, backhoe, we got it out here, so we're good to go whenever they are. And yeah, now I got to go clean up my mess because my mess is sitting right where the house is staked off, so I need to clean it up. All right, well, I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to probably go home and get some supper because hopefully there's some food waiting on me. It's getting kind of late. The sun is headed down. We still got some daylight, but still kind of short days. So anyway, if you like this video, subscribe, hit the bell, comment, all that good stuff. Thanks for those who watch on a regular basis. Thanks for anybody who watches. We definitely appreciate it. Let us know what you like, what you want to see more of. Hopefully we'll get more things out there as time goes. So yeah, everybody have a wonderful day, wonderful week. Stick around, watch where it ends up. See you guys.